I have these little wooden ghost ornaments that I had found from Dollar Tree around Halloween time, and I'm going to paint 4 of them using some smoky quartz from Wise Owl Paint. Now, this is not a Halloween decor, but I saw the shape of the ghost and I thought I could put it to use. Now, I believe the pack came in a count of 8. I'm only going to be using 4 of them. And I'm going to fully paint all 4 of the ghosts, and then I'm going to let them dry. I have a little plastic bowl here that I'm going to fill with some of my smoky quartz Wise Owl paint. And I'm going to be using some of the salt wash. This is a paint additive, and I use it when I need to get texture on a project. So you're just going to add a little bit at a time into the paint color of your choice, and your goal is to get it a little thick, so it may take a couple scoops. And I'm just stirring everything with a popsicle stick. I'm going to go back to my ghost, and on the bottom portion of the ghost, I'm going to apply the salt wash. And I'm doing a little bit of a dabbing motion. You do want to apply a good amount, but you don't want to make it too thick. Now, I have this paintbrush that has this little tool on the end, and I'm going to do like a zigzag motion through the bottom portion of the ghost. So it just added a little more texture in this design to the salt wash. And I repeated that on all 4 of my ghosts. Now, if you cannot find a paintbrush that has this little rubber tool on the end, you can also just use a plastic fork. I believe that will work as well. And also, if you just want to leave it with the dabbing motion of the paintbrush for the texture, I think that will work too. And I allowed that to fully dry. Once it was dry, I took some Wise Owl Antique Villa paint. You want a little bit on your brush, and I'm just going to dry brush on top of the texture, and the raised areas grabbed the white, so now we added some white to the bottom portion of the ghost. And I did this on all 4 of the ghosts. You can add as much or as little white as you want, but I want to make sure that you still see some of the gray. I have these very small half wood beads. I get mine off of Amazon. And I'm going to paint them using the Wise Owl Antique Villa paint. I'm just painting all 4, and I want to just get a good coverage on that. Next, I have these little cute Santa ornament hats that I found from Dollar General. They were $1, and each of them had their own little letter on top. And I'm going to remove the hanger from the back and also remove the staples. Now, if you cannot find these exact hats or there's not enough letters to make a word, you can always just find any Santa ornament hat and add your own letters to them. So I picked the 4 letters that spelt Noel, and I'm going to hot glue the top portion of my ghost and cover the face with the Santa hat. So now we have the Santa hat, and the bottom portion of the ghost is the beard. So this is like a Santa or a Santa gnome. And I'm just using the hot glue to adhere those. Once I have those attached, I'm going to go back to my half circle beads and apply the nose right underneath the rim of the Santa hat. Now, if you cannot find the ghosts, you can also use the wooden leaves or the burlap leaves that you find from Dollar Tree as well. I decided to use some of my Wise Owl 1-hour enamel clear, and I'm going to just apply it to the letters, and then I'm going to take some fine gold glitter and make the letters have some glitter. Now you can totally skip this step if you like the plain white, and I'm just going to dump the excess off because I can always put that back into my container when I'm finished applying. You can also use the Wise Owl varnish or Mod Podge to apply the glitter. Once everything was fully dry, I took some popsicle sticks. I'm going to flip over the O and the E, and I'm going to attach those with a popsicle stick. And I just cut them to the size I need. And then I have these mini popsicle sticks that I'd found from Michael's, and they do come handy. I'm going to place one on the side of the O, and I'm going to place the N so that it kind of sits a little lower so the O hat is resting on the N hat. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing with the E and the L. I'm going to apply the small popsicle stick to the edge of the E and then place that Santa hat so it kind of is a little staggered. I'm going to flip that over. Now you can paint the back side to finish it off. I'm not going to do that so it saves you guys time. And I'm going to add the jute hanger to the back side. Now this is such lightweight that I just added a good amount of hot glue and rested the jute right into the hot glue, and it held fine. To finish it off, I have some artificial greenery. It's more like a winter greenery that I got in a pack from Target. It was meant for to create your own centerpiece. And I'm just going to attach those using a green floral wire. And I kind of want them to slant downward. And I'm going to attach that to the jute using the green floral wire as well. Once that was secure in place, I have these red pre-made bows that I get from Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to attach that to the center so it kind of hides where the two artificial greenery pieces meet. And there we go. Now we just have this very easy Noel Santa gnome hanger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Paint products, tissue paper, transfers, and mesh stencils can all be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials on our webpage as well. Have a great day.